Okay, let me, we are streaming again here, and let me just, make sure the good old sound is working properly. So let me just, take a look-see over at the old dashboard here. The good old sound is working properly. Looks good, okay. I always like to do that just to be on the safe side. I know it's a little tacky. Okay, so, I know you can't really see very well, but we are in our castle. I've made some decisions about building and such. But I figured maybe today would be a good day to do something a little different, at least to start out with. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to store anything I really don't need because this is a somewhat dangerous game plan for today. But I think what I'm going to do, and let me just put these sticks away first. Okay, almost. Full creative sticks there. Close the old garage door there. I'm going to put that in there. Crafting table, crafting key. Okay. I guess I'll take that. I guess what I won't need is the shovel or the pickaxe. Probably could use the food. Probably the sword, not the plow for sure. I don't think I'm gonna be doing any hunting, so let's get rid of those. And then the hammer. Okay, and that's a nice adventurer's inventory here. I guess I could take the crossbow if I really wanted to be proactive, but I just have the feeling that I might die, so I'm gonna leave it all. I'm actually gonna lock up, since I have that stuff in there. I'm gonna go ahead and lock this door. Somebody clever enough could jump over the mountains and go steal it, but I'm just gonna hope that that doesn't happen. So what I was thinking today was, hey, there's a lot of people building, and there's a lot of builds going up everywhere, and why not take a look and see what's going on. I've explored I think I've pretty much explored this map, so maybe start out today by going down here and taking a look at this area here. That's going to create quite a long queue on the old fast travel there, but I kind of want to do it anyway. So let's see what is up in the world. Gonna have a little bit of lag there because we had to load the whole new area, but alright, so I really want to avoid picking up anything because I don't want to die and lose it all, and I want to stay focused today. I also got another scribes map because why not? And it's in Bar Harder, which is up here, so you know, eventually we can start heading that direction, but for now I'm just mostly curious about this Bjornhold Fifes. Is that, I think he means fiefs. That seems like a weird spelling to me, but maybe that's what he means. I don't know. These guys are usually pretty cool. Bjorn, Scalabjorn, the guy, and his posse of... Okay, so let's just be careful here, because when you start to get kind of close to these places, you tend to run into some trouble. First things first, I see he has square matriculation towers cascading upwards in a very consistent pattern. He has a wood scaffold on the top of a tower coming up there, a door blocking the path. So I guess that's good news that this person's blocking the path, because I don't feel so bad about me blocking the path. And then it juts right into the mountain, which is a little bit unrealistic, but you'll have that. And then these towers appear to be just, gosh, they look like they're custom-made timber towers. There's not even like hoarding parts. It's just, boy, that is a significantly challenging terrain to get through. He's using the matriculations, so that's pretty cool. One easy way to damage, you know, something like this would be to just stand out here, and you could easily just You just start cutting trees down, and in theory, if one of these trees were to land on this wall, you could do some real damage. I mean, I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not, but anyway, it's I guess that's just a marker for the boundary of the land. I don't intend to cause any damage. I'm just hypothesizing about how it could be done. Also, the easiest way to get into this, oh, I will show you that. So all you really need to do is just build up a little siege tower kind of thing. Come on, game. I don't know why it's going so slow today, but so all you'd have to really do, I mean, he's even got it marked for you, so you would just simply take some resources, and you would have to build up the little staircase, which is not hard. It takes a couple minutes. And these walls are pretty tall, but they're so close to the edge of the claim that somebody can, I mean, if I can chop trees down here, I can easily build right here as well. So the easiest thing to do would be find an area which is really close, like right here. And I'm thinking that probably my best bet would be right, ooh, I forgot I had knocked these trees down. So grab a couple more lumbers. But let me just stipulate that I am kind of I am pushing the boundaries of what's in good taste here by even doing this, but I do want to show you that it can be done for people playing at home who want to be really secure in their houses. Okay, so I think here is probably the best bet, right about here. Ooh, maybe, actually, I think back here was better. Oh boy, we're getting some clicky noises. I don't like that when that happens. Okay, so we're gonna go right here. So all you gotta do is, oh, and I don't even have a hammer. By the way, earlier when I predicted that the trees would damage the wall, I think they would damage some things. I don't think they're gonna damage a stone wall. Which is why I felt comfortable knocking them down. But if it was like a wooden structure, I could see them damaging it. I've seen trees take out other trees before. I just don't quite know what the extent of the potential damage a tree can do is. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a crafting table. And then we're going to need a bunch of timber, a few planks, and one of these mallets as well. And so in order to get them out, we need some timber. So let's get that going. In the meantime, I will place this table. And let's just convert all this to timber. Alright, and while that's converting, I will grab one more tree. Always be careful with the trees. Especially when the game gets laggy, you never quite know where it's going to be in real life versus where it's visually depicted to be. Okay, so we've got enough there. And then what we would simply do, if we were to want to break into this, we would simply, you'd build up a little tower here, so it might look something like this. And we need that mallet, so I'll go ahead and build this. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my good building mallet, so I'm going to have to settle for this temporary one. And we do need more timber, so grab all that. So what you want to do is you want to simply build up a little area, And, you know, I'd recommend keeping it as simple as possible, which means probably just go up a couple and, you know, staircase style here. So, and, you know, in theory, I'm going to, you know, dismantle this after I'm done. This is mostly conceptual. This is a hypothetical. And I want to be clear that even though this is the sort of thing a griefer would do, I'm not here to grief. I don't do that. And so, I would say this is more about teaching and creating a hypothetical demonstration, and this is not about griefing. I don't grief. Ooh, that one hit the wall. I'd be interested in seeing if that did like 10% of like damage to the wall or something. You know, I think the makers of this game probably wanted to avoid. I mean, they wanted to let people build, you know, in places like this, so they probably didn't make it this easy to cause damage to a wall like that. Alright, we'll let those continue. We don't really need to complete these. We just need to get them hammered in enough to support height. But obviously this is only possible because this player has left a such a small gap between the edge of his land and where the public's land is. I hate these. These stairs are so freaking just a pain in the ass because you have to like aim for like a different block than you'd think. Like that. Like you have to think of it as a 2 wide kind of a deal. Okay. And then if you go a 9 on that, and then I guess we'll have to okay, that's fine, whatever. Okay, and so if we do the 9, oh, I probably overdid it there. That's okay, we probably needed to do that anyway, so then what we'll do is we'll do that, and that. And then, yeah, we can do stairs right up to that one. Alright. And I'm just going to partially build these because they only need to be constructed to the point of being basically ready. We're running low on timber again. Alright. So I will go ahead and do that. Get those queued up. And then I guess I'll put some stairs in again. That one went fine this time. There we go. And then I'll build this one. It's probably a little bit more in depth than you might have anticipated for an episode where we're basically checking out other people's builds. But I am so freaking curious. Okay, now I forgot to build this one. But you can already see in there just by doing this. If you're going to do this, you probably need to make sure of 2 things. One would be, this might hurt. Oh boy. Oh, it didn't hurt. Okay. One is that they're not home because they'll probably shoot you. And 2 would be that they don't have the AI defender in place because they might shoot you as well. So yeah. Okay, and then put another 9 there, and let's hammer that one in. and then a stair. Okay, and here we go. So this is basically it, and then you would simply jump over, and I will go ahead and demonstrate that. Okay, so we have now made it inside this person's castle walls. I like what I'm seeing. This is Uphold, owned by Help Up. So we could, check this out. Again, I am going to be the utmost respectful to this player's possessions. I'm not going to take anything, obviously, but it's just interesting to see how other players do what they do. These towers, excuse me, are very interesting. That one doesn't even go all the way to the top, but he does like these spiral staircases going up these square towers with no windows and custom timber designs on the top. This appears to be a farm with some interesting shovel marks here and there. We have a wooden house for, I assume, storage. Nice banner, very similar to my own actually. And we cannot typically interact. Oh, we do have some rugs. That's a very nice touch. And the weapons area. Lots of weapons. And oh, they have a what is this? The Defender Commander Horn. Here's their claim block. Ooh, lots of money there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously, I'm not going to take that. But if I were a hostile player, that's why you would never leave your money in a position to be simply opened up by a random player like that. I'll give him some berries. I'll keep that. There, a little gift. A bunch of lumber. See if he notices. I like this item here. That's a stone brazier. I gotta remember that. These are apple trees. I'm guessing this is some sort of farm. Might be automated somehow. I'm not sure what those ropes are for. I'm guessing it's an attempt to automate this farming somehow. Here's the bottom of a thing. Here's some storage. It looks to be lettuce and apples, possibly. Not quite exactly sure. Defender food supply, okay. Yeah, this is the automated farming unit here. So, I haven't implemented an automated farming system, but this is very common in medieval engineers. So this player has done that, and to his credit. Unfortunately, I would respectfully submit that his attention to farming may have cost him some attention to building interesting things in terms of stoneworks, but he's coming along. Still got time. Let's see here. Why is there a ladder here? What's this? It's just a dead deer process area. And we have a little cave, it looks to be. I'm not sure if it's a claim block here. No, just the one claim block. So I guess that's just to claim his territory in a secure way. I don't think I finished really exploring in there. That's the trader. Let's go up here. Here is a mill, so we haven't set this up in ours yet either, but we will. Oh, I'm not quite sure how to get up to access the mill. It's probably underneath here. Oh, neat. That's neat. Okay, so he has a switch to enable crushing or something, and I guess it's probably down below. So here's the bed, wardrobe, random wall. Let's try down here. Okay, so shelves with food, storage room. Okay, very nice. So obviously if a thief were to come, this is where they would loot, theoretically. Some good stuff. If I were in the business of looting, I'd take those. For sure. I'd take all the money, obviously. Interesting wall paint. I really want to look into that mod. Fisherman. I want to add one of those for sure. Is this windows? Oh, that's neat. I gotta start implementing more of these mod items. This guy has a lot of crops saved up, so good for him. I really need to get an automated farm of my own, to be honest. But I like that storage room. It's very nice. Got a lot of good stuff. And I like the chandelier. Nice touch. Let's check out the industrial room, as he calls it. Extra mill heads. Plenty of clay. Ores. Stone. Timber. Saw blades. Some lumber there as well. Linseed oil. Lots of charcoal. I might, if I were again in the business of stealing, I might take some of that. Here is a smithy. Or possibly a blacksmith. You know, so ingots. I like the ingots on the shelf. That is nice. I've never seen that. I will have to start thinking about doing that myself. That looks really nice. A lot of building materials here. And then looks like another level. Here appears to be ore storage. Another player's bed. Pots to grow trees in. So, you know, really nice stuff here from this player. We'll go down here and see what's down here. Yet more storage. Very secure down here. A lot of stone stored. A lot more stone than I have. And then dirt. Some crafting stuff here. And, ooh, there's the real money. That's 180... 222. Yeah, that would be the jackpot if you were really looking to get wealthy. Pallets for ingots, very nice. So yeah, I mean, look, here's the deal. I'm not going to take that money, but that's what somebody would take if they were going to take stuff. So if this player happens to watch this video, you're going to need to lock your stuff up. It's just common sense. Okay? So let's go ahead and head out. Again, this would be a pretty serious offense if you got caught trespassing on somebody's land like this. Here's the defender area. And, you know, no defenders out here right now. But he does have them queued up. Boiled cabbage, that must be from a mod. Okay, so let's get out of here. So I think I just need to get back to the wall. So let's go over to one of these towers. Let's try this one. The only sign that I've been here will be the added lumber to this person's stockpile. Ooh, that's, hold on, I saw something neat on this tower. Can I even get up there? I guess not. They've got these ammo crates, and yeah, and there's like ammo up there, but there's nothing that would oh, I guess I have to go up here. Okay. I was gonna say there's no way to get up there, but there's ammo up here, and now there is a way to get up here. So, okay. So there's our little siege tower, for lack of a better term. Let's see if I can get off of this without dying. This might be a little bit complicated. Alright, we'll see if I make this jump. If I don't make it, I will surely die. Okay. And I died. And I'm sideways. I was sideways for a second. Okay, I still can't fast travel, but I'm very close to the point where I can. So we will go back and get our stuff and then dismantle our siege tower and leave the place like we found it. If you are the type of person that likes to explore other places, you know, good on you. And I think that you should be respectful. It is probably questionable that I even went there, but the fact that we didn't take anything and the fact that we didn't do any damage, I think it helps people understand how this game works and how you might run into problems if you're building, for example, things not to do, like building so close to the edge of your claim. Let me demonstrate the contrast here. My claim ends where that green line is. If somebody were to try to build a siege tower, they'd have to start over here. I suppose it's possible to build something on wheels and wheel it, but even that would be tough because there's no real accessible area. And the point is that you really can't get in there from here. At best, you'd have to climb over this mountain and jump down the hill, but that would be very time consuming, and even if you did that, I still lock up all my gold. Okay, so I need to wait another minute and 50 seconds. I guess I'll go ahead and gather some stone in the meantime. I have started to dig this out a little bit here, which is nice. Obviously to help make this area inaccessible. I need to do a little bit more work over there. I think somebody with enough time on their hands could scale that probably still. Getting a little bit of lag there as well. It is breakfast. It is morning time in my world, in my location, unlike where I just was. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go get my stuff before I can proceed. But that's precisely why I dropped off the important, valuable stuff before I went there. So that I wouldn't have to, you know, if I did die permanently, or if I couldn't retrieve my stuff, that I wouldn't be that far behind. Like, it wouldn't be the end of the world for me to just leave all that stuff there. But I'm gonna go get it, because I need to dismantle that tower anyway. I guess, for future reference, if you're gonna make a siege tower like that, you might want to build a little ramp level below that you can jump back onto. Of course, it wasn't the most well-executed jump in history either, so probably my fault on that. Okay, we should be just about good on the fast travel again. So I'm going to go dump these rocks off at the trader, I guess, just to kind of placehold them. And then we'll go ahead and fast travel. Also, if you're going to be doing this kind of stuff, probably best to do it late at night, kind of like now. I guess it's not that late, but I wouldn't do this in the middle of the day when there's a lot of players on the server. It's just, I wouldn't do it. You know, to be honest, I wouldn't do this at all. I mean, unless you're like pretty good at the game, you know what you're doing, it's just more likely to cause more trouble than it's worth, especially if you're a younger, more immature player. If you're a mature player and you kind of want to take a peek at somebody and do it respectfully, I can understand that. Like, if somebody were to do that to my property, it'd make me a little uneasy, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't be that mad about it. And that's kind of what the point is. Like, be respectful if you're going to snoop around somebody's property. Don't take anything, don't break anything. Admire their work for what it is. Don't be a douchebag. If you want to make money in this game, make money, for God's sakes. It's not really that hard. Okay, so we've got those dropped off. Let's go ahead and get back here. Okay, so, and I'm a little bit, I don't know if the word lucky is right, but I'm a little bit fortunate that the AI defenders weren't in position, because this player obviously knows about that mod and they have them ready to go. They just haven't stationed them. And yeah, so okay, so we're just, oops, wrong one. So we're just gonna dismantle this little guy here. And you know, we'll end up with some lumber, and that's kind of nice. You know, this wooden mallet is just a pain. Kind of reminds me of earlier versions of the game, though, before, I don't remember, like, I feel, if, I'm trying to remember correctly, but I feel like there was a version of this game where you literally had to use a mallet. You couldn't use, like, a metal hammer. Okay, there's that. Probably end up with a pretty good haul in terms of timber, and actually a few planks. Oh, need another mallet. Okay. And we're just about done. Wow, my my medieval engineers fan is watching. I have like this one guy who constantly likes to watch my episodes, and I think it's great. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this section of the video, the random exploration of neighbor portion, and we are going to take our stuff and move on, leave this area the way we found it. Actually, leaving it a little bit better than we found it by dropping off all that timber. So go ahead and grab this table back. And there we go. It's like nobody was ever here. And we even have the road right here. Very nice. Okay. So we can't fast travel. But let's see if that map still takes us to Bar Harbor. Okay, it's going to just take us east. Okay, so I guess we'll just do this thing until our fast travel recovers. So obviously we have to head east, which means we have to go around the castle here. I do not like that banner. I like this banner. It reminds me of my own, but I do not like that green, that like neon green. What's up with neon green in this game? Like, why is that a possible banner? Anyway, there's a mountain, so we probably need to go this way. This is more or less still east. And we're half a kingdom away. So that's good that we're half a kingdom away. And, you know, the protocol is to just kind of head in the direction that it tells you. And I probably need to even lean a little bit south, just based on how the map is designed. Ooh, this is going to be a little bit of a tricky proposition to get over these mountains. I see one possibility there and one possibility there to get over the mountains. These are obstacles that we've struggled with in the past when we've done these missions to get these maps, these treasure maps. The only reason, I guess, if you want to even think of it this way, that I'm doing this is because I still have this suspicion that the reason I can't build murder holes is because I don't have the right technology, and the only way to get the technology in this current build is to get these treasure maps. That is my working theory, but I could be wrong. Okay, this doesn't look good. It's a little too steep here. You know, maybe this will open up a little. Rubber banding all over the place now. This angle is fine, apparently. Okay, and then we'll go... I am still not sure if we're going to be able to make this, but let's give it a shot. And we're at region size away now, so that means it's probably right about here. So we'll just keep heading east, see if I can get over these mountains. I think once I get over the mountains, I'll have a clear shot at it. These polar regions of the map are weird with their directions. I've talked about that before. I almost wish I would have brought my shovel now, because I might need to use it to get over this. Oh, I think I might be okay. Ooh, come on. Just a little bit farther. There we go. We have now summited on this mountain, almost, more or less. I think the worst is over. So we're gonna go this way, and oh boy. Sometimes those steep slopes make me nervous, even with the rubber banding that they've put in. Rubber banding, I mean, oh, I need to head northeast. By rubber banding, I obviously mean the little fix they've added to make it so you don't die if you're carefully going over cliffs. We got snow up here. Haven't seen snow in this game for a while because I live in the desert, so it's kind of nice. It's beautiful. I wish they'd allow you to build stuff with it that actually kind of works. But anyway, we're gonna get to the half region soon. Let's see how this terrain looks up here. Hope it's not like, oh man, should be okay here. This is a really interesting part of the world when you get to these places. This to me represents a transition between like these, it's like painted so that a voxel based world, which is a cubic world, turns round by painting mountains in. Oh, I did lose 6 health there. So to me, these steep mountains are painted in, and gravity functions strangely. And then this plane is the next plane that we can actually get to that's not crazy screwed up. Oh boy, that is a big distance that I just rubber banded down this cliff, and I'm still like on the verge of falling. And it's getting dark too, so I apologize if you're having trouble seeing. Oh man. Half a region's distance away. I think it is leveling out a little, and I'm hopeful that we can stay on a ground level down here. It's just this game really does a poor job with walking on cliffs. That rubber banding that you're seeing here is extremely nerve-wracking, to say the least. Okay, but I think I've got it to the point where I can actually walk. Having a couple pieces of bread there. And let's try to keep going northeast here. And if we're half a region, that means it's probably somewhere in this area. which means we're probably pretty close to being within the area, you know. What'll be interesting to see is if it's directly northeast or if it's more east northeast, which is what my theory is. Okay, now it's saying directly north, so I was off, substantially off. Okay, so if I go north as much as I can around this corner, I should be pretty close. It's probably up here. It might not even be in this kingdom, because I'm facing, apparently I'm facing Bar Harder. So I guess the good news is this gives me somewhere to, it's within sight now, okay. It gives me somewhere to go if I, once I find this. And I do, again, I apologize for the lighting. Let me, oh crap, I can't do that. I'll do that. Whoa. Extremely close, northwest. Gotta watch that. Okay, let's go back a little. I kind of like inadvertently walked onto a cliff there. Okay. And where are you? Okay, it's like telling me on the edge of this. This is a really, oh my god, that's such a bad location for a treasure because it's going to tumble all the way down. Motherfucker. Okay. It stopped. Boy, that's an annoying place for a treasure though. Okay, so we got supply cart, military stoneworks. I already know that one. We did get another scribe's map, so I could continue the journey, as it were. Oh, crap. This one, it says it's down here somewhere, and I just don't want to do that. That's going to be such a distraction to the remainder of this episode that I think what I'm going to do is just head up to Bar Harder. So I'm going to head north. And actually, I think I've just crossed into Bar Harder. So I'm glad I got the torch out. Let's take a look. Are we? Yes. And so I could go check out this person's area. Probably going to be a relatively modest build. But it's only a few away. I still have 13 minutes on the old fast travel. So why not? That seems to be the most efficient use of my time, although there is a big mountain in the way. See how far north this mountain goes. If it becomes prohibitive, I'll just move on, but let's see what we got. The fast travel restrictions are appreciated but annoying. Put it that way. It's a lot harder to see other people's builds when you're so restricted with fast travel. It's also a lot harder to treasure hunt. So I'm glad that my character found some treasure before, I mean, when I say treasure, I mean the schematic treasure of the king statue, before they made the update where you can't fast travel as freely. Alright, my cat is sitting on my lap, one of my two cats. I don't think I'm gonna... No, I could still do this. I was still thinking about whether it's worth it to head east and try to see this person's stuff. And this is east, so yeah, I guess it is. I can make it this way. We have the rest of this bread. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my, you know, friendly invasion of my neighbor there. I say friendly because we didn't attack him. I should also point out that server rules explicitly prohibit attacking somebody without a mutually agreed upon conflict. So In other words, you can't just go and take somebody's stuff. That's considered a violation of the server rules. I think quote-unquote trespassing is a little bit more ambiguous in that regard. My cat's making purr noises. He's not really. They don't. I have two Siamese cats. So they don't really purr in the traditional sense. They just make noises. Okay, so I am like not sure about this journey that I'm on right now, given that I have to go around this mountain. I guess I'll keep going if I can. I'm gonna try to avoid getting too much altitude there. Maps are 2D things, yet we live in a 3D world here. So in other words, sometimes we don't get all the information we need from a map. Sometimes the path to a location is best understood in 3 dimensions rather than 2, but it's much harder to visualize in simple terms. I guess while we're walking, let me explain, and the sun is coming out there. Let's see if I'm... Yeah, appears we've cleared the mountain, so... I'm going to explain what we're going to be doing building-wise. So I've decided that my work last episode is shit. Basically. It's not that it's complete crap, it's just that it was bad design to begin with. I did my best with it. I was playing with some ideas, and the excitement of expanding my keep at the time blinded me to the reality that I was making a mistake. The mistake that I made was that the area that I was building, where I put that stable and where I made the arches on top of the wall, I mean, there's some neat things going on there, but overall, not what I should have done. What I should do is I should make the open courtyard area be the area outside of that building. And where I was building needs to be an enclosed castle fortified keep structure. A big, complete keep, you know? And so I think I want to take out the arches on top of the wall, and I think I want to take out the wood stuff, obviously. And I'm going to save that kind of stuff for the other side of the castle. And I'm going to redo the keep with more conventional solid stoneworking. I still want to make it somewhat tall, and that's going to be a challenge. I think what I might do is add another stone layer inside those machicolations, and then put stone interiors on top of that. I'm not sure if I'm going to get around to putting wood on top of the stone in the keep. I might. I'd like to if I can. Whoa. There's a humongous mountain. What the hell? That just came out of nowhere. I guess that's one neat thing about this game, is that you can still be surprised by the landscape. Okay, so let's see if I can get a low down on this. Looks like it probably goes up like that. So let's just go around it. I think, unless it makes sense to go under it. I don't know. It's really hard to know, but the 3D aspect of this, again, the map would have suggested go over it, but I think this is the way to go. Under it. That is to say south of it. Because look at that. You can see using the horizon there that there's low altitude terrain this direction. Of course, this could be a huge mistake, and it could cost me a long period of time having to retrace my steps, but I think it's the right move, actually. Because I'm really supposed to be headed this direction, and I'm really close to being in that direction. There is a bit of a landscape spike ahead, but I saw a gap through it, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit risky. And of course we're running out of stamina. And where the hell am I? I'm down here now? Okay, so I guess I have to go like that. Yeah, it's hard to say whether this was a mistake or not. Can I get through this? This gap? These mountains do look neat, if nothing else. And the other good news is that I'm only 5 minutes away from my fast travel. And that is when we are going to fast travel home and realign some of our building at the keep. What I also might consider doing is I might consider... Ooh, this is 10. I might consider working on the outside walls a little bit more, because those do need some more work, and I just kind of been neglecting those because I kind of wanted to get the keep a little bit more functional. I mean, the keep is the priority, let's be clear. The keep is what I need to finish more than anything. I really need to go north here. Yeah, this might have been a big mistake. Sorry about the sneeze. Can I go north here? Kind of looks like there's a little bit of an opening north. I really need to go north just to gauge where I'm at in Barharder. The stamina is driving me nuts too. The lack thereof. Okay. So we are going north successfully now, and that is good. So I think we did maybe arguably the right thing by going under that mountain instead of over it, geographically. We are headed north, and due north at that. Ooh boy, that was a sharp angle to fall. Okay, we're now in Barharder again, and we're really close. Okay. That's good. Excuse my coughing. Whoever this person is really found an isolated location. There's a little bit of wisdom to that too, by the way. Even though you're not able to fast travel as well, it keeps other players out of your hair better. Whoa, what the hell? I'm not quite sure what I did there. I need to go more north. Very thick woods. I'm just kind of getting a sense of where the nearest road is. It might be to the south. This is probably going to be underwhelming. So the amount of time and effort I spent getting here is going to seem outrageous and silly, probably. But we're getting really close. So let's just get there. Okay, it's... There's 5 players on right now, that's nice. Okay, so just a little bit farther north, really, more than northeast. Right about at this angle. And we're really close now. Watch it be like a one-room shack in the woods, you know? 2 areas. Of course, I'm out of stamina, so I can't run. I guess it might be in this clearing. It's kind of nice. And of course, it's too dark to see significant distance. Okay, we are really close now. And we are basically here. Okay, here we go. Alright, so let's take a look. I always approach with caution in these sorts of situations. You never know when there's going to be a AI defender. Alright, so this person does have a tanning rack with a bunch of deer hides. A nice, well, I was going to say nice, but it's really not that nice beginning to a farm, and it looks to be maybe something that they're eventually going to automate. But I guess they've plowed it so they don't get tree growth. They put timber just straight up. I don't understand this. Why there's just timber. Never quite understood that. Bandages. Got the log building theme there. We got the iron bars for various different tools. The beginnings of a palisade wall going up there. I'm not sure what that's about. We've got a building here with a staircase. Let me finish exploring down here first. I think some of this is technically outside of his claim, so that's something to think about. But I guess he's trying to play it nice and cheap for now, so I don't blame him. This appears to be an area where maybe he just dug down and then covered up. This is like a mine. Ooh, that's actually a really cool mine. I like this a lot. This mine shaft is really neat. Some storage down here. So this is pretty good operation, you know, it's not like a grand castle, but he's been working pretty hard on stuff. He's got a bunch of storage, a bunch of random stuff. This is neat. Look at that random stuff in there. Bunch of pickaxes. Again, using the same etiquette that we observed last time. We're not going to be taking anything, we're just going to look around. Bunch of logs down here, and it seems like it just keeps going, doesn't it? It's the nice thing about building underground is you can really, ooh, and they look at that switch of the grid there. That's really a nice touch. And this, I love this alternative wood texture there, really nice. And these half stairs, it's like a little patchwork, and then there's this maze, this cave that goes back, and that's it. Okay, so that's kind of cool. This player's done a nice job building a path through the mines that he has carved, or she has carved. And I like that. We got a smithy, or a, yeah, smithy. Iron, doesn't look like a lot of steel though. Okay, so that appears to be the mine. And let's take a look at this. So there's the claim block. And a little outside the house walkway there. I do kind of like this house. It's a log cabin style. There's no lighting in here. That's a problem for me. Some little adventure maps there. Some ink. Some furniture. This guy really likes his small chest, doesn't he? In fairness, they are extremely cheap. They're just a little tricky to work with. Okay, old glass, very nice. More ingots. A lot of material. Like this person has just a ton of tools and stuff laying around. Very empty bedroom. Okay. Shelf, and let's go upstairs. Got antlers on that shelf. A little framework there, and kind of nice touch. Probably could fill that in. This goes up to the hill, so I'll go check that out in a second. Let's check this room out. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Sorry about that. Got some food in there, and random stuff in there. Okay. And stone and sticks. Okay. Well, I like it. It's pretty cool. Sorry about knocking that over. I can't do anything about that. I'm not sure if there's a way to access the lower part of the house. But here we have a platform that's going up here. I'm not sure how to get up there. Can we just jump? I don't think so. I think we need to come over here. Yeah, here we go. Can we just... I'm not sure if I can even get up here. Almost. Okay, here we go. Alright. So I'm not sure what this is going to be. Probably just another house or something. But that looks to be about it. So, pretty nice job. It's more than I thought it would be, but still not, you know, probably not postcard material. It's definitely not very grandiose. It's very functional. Sound a little elite there, but it's true. Here's the only stoneworks that we've seen. This is just a basic stone wall with a, oh, that door allows me to, oh, it's because it's outside the claim. So just a regular door that's not quite aligned with the arch there. Same with that. Alright. Cool. Well, I think my best bet to get back to a road is actually to go south. Maybe. Actually, it might be over here. Or here. Just if I'll just go due north. So very nice. We're gonna go due north and head back to the road. While I'm walking, I will use the restroom. I'll be back in about 30 seconds, so I apologize, but hopefully I don't run into a tree. So hang on for 1 second, guys. Oh, there's a tree. Okay, hang on. Okay. I can see we ran into a little trouble there. I'm not sure how far we got, but I am back. Let me just get comfortable again here. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this video here, and I'm going to live stream another episode in about 20 sec, not 20 sec, like 3 or 4 minutes after, maybe 10 minutes. So it's basically a clean cut between episodes. That way, this episode can be sort of the exploration slash checking in on the neighbors episode, and the next one can be building. So I think I'm gonna do that. So probably could have just done that before I went to the bathroom, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream now, and we will resume in a few minutes once I get back to my castle.